Okay, YouTube, it's John, Meigs County Metalworks. I'll show you a little project we got going on here today. All right, somebody gave me, I think it was my father-in-law, that was on his Jeep, gave me these LED fog lamps, and I thought it'd be a good idea to mount them on the back of the truck on my headache rack here to both serve as backup lights, work lights, and a light for getting in my side boxes here at night. My cargo lamp up there doesn't work at all, so I'm gonna fabricate a little bracket, weld them on here to this bar where I've got this piece of wood clamped on with a vice grip. I'm gonna weld them onto there, and then I'm probably not gonna drill any holes. I wish I would have when I made this headache rack, but I'm probably not gonna drill any holes to run the wire through. Not until I decide if I like these or not. So, for the wiring, it'll probably just be zip tied along the bottom of it and switch wired inside. So that way I can turn them on and out, or on and off from inside the cab. I was thought about putting a switch on the outside here, but that would require going and buying a three-way switch and wiring up all that, and I happen to have most of the stuff here to do it, so we'll get rolling here. I've got a couple brackets laid out over here, and we'll go cut them out. Okay, here's one bracket I've already cut out. It's going to be 3.5 by 3.5 with the tapers down to about 2 on the outside there. Actually, you know what? I think I was going to make this 3, not 3.5. So, yeah. I'll cut a 1/2 inch off the back side of this one, too. This one here's the one still left to cut out. I ain't got any fancy tools or equipment here, so we're going with the old death wheel on a grinder. Yeah, it works. Okay, I just went and checked, and it is 3.5, not 3. So I'm good. That's what I get for guessing myself, I guess. Always wear these with the death wheel. What I like to do when I'm cutting with a death wheel is I'll score the line, which gives me a good line to follow, and also kind of helps track the wheel down through the cut better. I really ought to have my bigger grinder for this. This is just a little 7-amp grinder. I've got the 2 bigger 11-amp DeWalt grinders, but they're in my box over to my buddy's house, and I don't want to drive clear over there just to get them. switch wheels here and put a flat disc. I think this is a 40 grit, and just kind of knock the burrs down, shine them up a little bit. Let me go get a center punch and mark these before I do that. This material's 1/4 inch. It was just a piece of scrap I had laying here. It's really kind of overkill just to hold a little silly light, but I didn't want to drag. I've got another sheet of 11 gauge, which is about an 1/8 inch thick up there, but it's like a half sheet. I didn't want to drag it down here and clear the table off and everything like that, just to cut two little brackets. So yeah, thicker's better anyway. I'm kind of rough on stuff. Alright, you can see made a nice little round edge there, just for taking off any sharp corners. This edge here I'm not concerned about because it's going to be offset about a 1/2 inch underneath of that crossbar there, so you won't even see this. And then I'll put it underneath. I'll put a little weld here, and then just probably a couple little stitches on top of it here. So yeah, let me go over and get set up at the truck, and I'll have to drag the welder around there so I can, my leads won't reach from where the welder's sitting at to where the truck's at. So I'll have to get the welder drug around there, and we'll get set up and get these welded on. I'll drill a couple holes in them first. It'll be easier to drill them here than drill them while they're on the truck. So we'll drill a couple holes in them first. Alright, unfortunately I don't have a drill press. I wouldn't have room to put one even if I did have one. So we got the old cordless drill. Of course. Alright, somehow we lost some of the hardware to these things. They've been laying in my shed there for a while, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, just use 5/16. It'll be fine. So let's kind of mock this up here a little bit. Use these, I don't know, I guess they're a self-locking nut. They got the little hash marks on the back of them. Use them, no lock washer. Don't tighten this up real tight right yet. We'll go mock it up on the truck. Again, like I said, we're missing some of the hardware, so we got a carriage bolt with the head ground to a flat that we're going to use. We'll put a lock washer on this side. Bolt's got a little burr on the end of it. Makes it kind of difficult to get started. I said first threads, it goes easy though. Probably I'll just take the death wheel and cut it off. Maybe later. Alright, let's go clamp it up on the truck and see whether we like it. Alright, like I said, these are going to set a 1/2 inch back on this little guy here. So I just made me a couple little witness marks at a 1/2 inch. And we'll just clamp a set of vice grips on here. Just to hold it and see if we like it. Probably a lot better clamp for this other than vice grips, but we work with what we have. Alright, let's see. What do we think, YouTube? Looks about right, don't it? And you know, I set it back a little bit and out a little bit. Hopefully the plan is that we can turn it, you know, we can turn it to kind of directional if we're, you know, needing light off to the side or something like that too. So yeah, I think that'll work. Let me get them welded on here. Okay, here's another shot of them mocked up before I weld them on. As for the legality of this, forward facing or rear facing white lights, hell, who knows? I mean, it's not like I'm gonna run down the road with them on or anything like that. They're mainly going to be used for off-road anyway. I've seen work lights mounted on the back of vehicles before, on the back of trucks, so I think I'm probably good. But who knows? I may get pulled over for them. They may tell me to take them off. You never know. Okay, so this part's called "I'm a Dumbass." This is my welder. It's a Hobart Titan 8. It's not in the best shape. Cosmetic wise, it's seen its better days. It's got some rust and stuff. But anyway, I built this little cart for it a long time ago, and just so I can hook it to the back of the lawnmower or four-wheeler and tow it around here at the house. So as you can see, it is quite muddy where we've gotten some rain here the last few days. And I didn't want to pull the truck up here next to this and risk getting hung up or something like that. So I go get the four-wheeler first. And I've never had the four-wheeler hooked up to this machine. I've always just towed it with the lawnmower. So I figured I'd go get the four-wheeler first. Well, the tongue's too short for the four-wheeler. Okay, so, we'll go get the lawnmower. So I go get the lawnmower. And as I'm hooking it up to the lawnmower and, planning my route around to pull it and everything, it dawned on me, dumbass, be a lot simpler to just back the truck out of the driveway, turn it around, and back it back up the driveway. Then your leads are going to reach. The battery's bad in the welder, so I have to jump start it. So, hook jumpers up to it, and everything will reach if you just simply turn the truck around. Makes it a lot simpler. So anyway, we'll get set up here and do some welding. I'm gonna weld them with 3/32 7018 is what I'll use. So just a couple beads, and we'll get her going. So yet another I'm a dumbass moment. I just got this welder running. Yeah, last week I think it was, week before last. Bought a new carb for it, new fuel filter for it, cleaned the fuel tank out, new plugs, got it running, got it tuned up good, running real good. Well, went to start it up just now, wasn't picking up fuel. No, nothing. Wouldn't start, wouldn't idle, nothing. So went and got some starting fluid, some gas in a bottle, took the air cleaner off, started adding fuel to it, thinking maybe, float bowl empty or whatever. So, still nothing. Still nothing. Well, come to find out, ain't no gas in it. Yeah, dumbass. this with my phone, and I'd probably just melt my damn phone. Alright, quick word on the welder before I clean those off. This is my auto idle. There's a little black box inside. It's like a voltage sensing relay or something, I don't know, some kind of magic little electronic box. That when you start to weld, if you have the auto idle switch on, when you start to weld, it'll sense the voltage and it'll automatically throttle up the welder. Well, this one's bad. The cheapest I could find that little box, I think, was like almost $300. I can't remember if that was eBay or something like that. And I ain't giving $300. Hell, I didn't give $300 for the whole welder. So my solution was to bypass it and run a toggle switch up to my stinger and throttle it down when you don't need it, when you're ready to weld. Flip the switch, throttle it up, and sounds like I got to tune that carb just a little bit more. It should run a lot smoother than that. So might need a little more tweaking on it, but we'll get the camera switched off and I'll clean these welds off and we'll see how it does. All right, not too bad. Little thick right through there and right through there. I probably should have ground them tacks out before I welded it, but yeah, it's a stinging light mount. Who cares? And these rods are quite old. They haven't been sealed, and I could have dried them out, put them in the oven a little bit first, but yeah, it should hold. And always give it the give it the welder's strength test. She passes the smack test. Yeah, that's all we need. So we'll get the lights turned back on it, and probably not gonna show the wiring part of it because wiring is quite boring. And but I'll show it after I get them all hooked up and everything, and maybe do some night shots and see how she works. So I got them mounted and wired up. Wired up as best I could with what I got, and yeah, it's not the best wiring job in the world, but it should do. Grounded them to the headache rack itself. Run the wire down. If you can see down in there, I put a little piece of rubber tubing through the back of the cab to run the wire in. And yeah, it's dark in here. I still got to glue it in somehow, and mounted my little switch right there next to my missing fuse box cover, and just wired it off from a constant power fuse in there because I don't want to have to turn the truck on to use them, and just hopefully I'll remember to turn them off when I don't need them. All right, so we're about 16, 18 feet away or so, I think. I'll go up here and turn them on, and it's not quite dark yet. It's just twilight. So, but we'll go up there and turn them on and see how bright they are. I do believe that'll work. Might just play around with the angles a little bit, adjust them. Yeah, my side light just kicked on, and we'll play around with the angles a little bit and adjust them, and you know, hopefully I can use them to help me see inside them side boxes at night also. So that's my video, YouTube. Thank you for joining me today in this little project. I wanted to put these lights on for a while. Just ain't never had the time or really the motivation to do it. But thank you for watching. Subscriptions are always appreciated. Likes are always appreciated, and comments are always appreciated. If you enjoy seeing a dumb redneck bumble around and try to stick metal together and go on, you know, ramblings and you know, whatever else happens to come to my mind, and you know, I think about posting the video or making the video. You know, hey, shout out to all these guys that makes these videos. This, you know, this is quite difficult, you know, to think about setting up a camera and, you know, and framing shots and everything like that. And like I've said before, I'm not used to it. I'm not a cameraman. I'm not a video editor. I'm not a, you know, nothing like that. But anyway, you guys have a good day.